Alright guys, so I'll give you more details on it as we unbox, but it's from China, and here's the just a factual sheet. Maybe you can have it converted. I'll definitely scan it and just see what it is. And also what I'm going to pop up on the screen is the wiring instructions, which you don't get. I had to actually chase the supplier of this to tell me what the details are. So yeah, and I've got the amperage, because actually if I just take this out, I'll show you. So it comes in two parts. This box out of the way, it's nothing else. So let's open up the main part. Yep, so we have this fan inside. Let's move this out of the way. This is just a normal computer fan. If I'm not mistaken, this is a 1000 RPM fan. If I've just made a mistake, I'll put the correction up on screen. And I can't remember off the top of my head how many watts. Does it tell me here? No. How many watts or how many amps it uses? But I did find out. So I'll put the details up on screen now, so you know. I think it takes a 5 amp fuse. But let me definitely confirm that, and I'll let you know. So as you can see here, this is the part that stays outside. It's and then you see these holes here. This is where it kind of drills in to the bottom of the van. So you got the holes there, and then yeah, it would just sit like that on top. If we look just there underneath, the water won't go in, that's for sure. And from what I can see here, you can undo these screws. So what I might do is take this out and then prep it and just paint it black, so it kind of matches the van, and it kind of doesn't stick out like a sore thumb. But I'll see, once it's on, I'll see how it looks like. Then to take that off is pretty easy. Just having a look inside, it's not majorly connected to anything else, so it should be all right. But yeah, there you go. That's the top mushroom part of the fan. That's where everything happens. And then I'll open up this. Okay. So you have a little circuit board over there, inside there. You got these two wires. So what I understand is that this positive connects to that positive there, this negative connects to that negative there, and at the same time these branch off and then go to your fuse box. Hence the reason why you've seen in a previous video when I was doing the electrics that I kept an extra wire for the fan. So that's what I'll be hooking up now. This wire here, it's a 20 gauge wire, so it's quite thin. The one that I've got, let me just have a quick look. It's a 14 gauge wire, so it's a bit thicker, so it's all right. We're good. But yes, so this part actually comes off, the little sleeve. So there's your circuitry, there's your wiring, and basically, as you guys know, I'll just put you guys up. This will kind of come down from the roof itself. This will connect up underneath here, so it gives me a nice area for the air to be sucked up, and then this will be on top. Yeah, on top of the van. It obviously won't be inside. So yeah guys, that's really what it is. Let me bring it back down again so you can see the components. And then it seems like you get some stainless steel screws, which is good. So essentially this is how it will look. It will be like this. the wires will pass through. Then of course you've got all this room to play with, and then these get wired up, and that's how it is. So how I think what I might need to do is I might need to drill a hole here just to pass these wires through, and then I might just use some insulation tape to stick it down on the side, because I don't see an obvious path for these things to come out of here. So oh yeah, and of course this seems like a light, but I don't know if it is. It might just be a, it does seem like there's something in there, but anyway, let's see, it might be an LED light in there. But it's got your off, it's got your setting number 1, and it's got your setting number 2. So yeah, that's what it looks like. A very basic, simple set. I bought it for around £20 on Amazon, and I'll put the link in the description. This is I think the first unit that I bought from the guys, and then they've bumped up the price to around £50 now, maybe even over £50, £55. So I got a pretty good deal. Even if this doesn't work out, which I don't think it shouldn't, it's a simple computer fan. It can't be that difficult. Still a pretty good buy and something good to try. So definitely, I'm not saying buy it. What I'm saying is, let me install this, let me try it for a bit, and then I'll give you guys a review in terms of how it's performed while I'm out on my trips. And yeah, I think that's really the review. It's been a couple of weeks since I recorded that little unboxing intro video. So it's just been bad weather, thunderstorms after the really good spell of weather that we had. So we are now around around the 20th July time now, and it's looking okay outside. If I just show you guys, it's looking pretty good. There are clouds out there, so I'm hoping the plan today is to actually fit the roof fan. Now if I can get the hole cut and I can get the fan fitted in place, and then if we can have a couple of hours to set, or the Sikaflex can have a couple of hours to go off, that would be absolutely amazing. So let me show you guys some of the stuff that I'm going to use today. Very simple, but let me give you a walkthrough. Okay, so the first thing is I've got this Sikaflex ready in there. It's black color, so it'll go really well on the van. So that's your Sikaflex, and let me just bring the fan here. So this is part of the fan, the dome that will go outside. Yeah. So the most important thing is that this this area here is what actually comes into the van. So if I put it up here, this part will stick outside, and this part here, this lip, will sit flush on top of the van. So this is what comes in. So what I did basically was I cut a template out of cardboard that, you know, pretty much matches that. And then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to punch a hole in the middle, and that's what I'll use as a template up top, rather than taking this fan up and potentially damaging the wires or any of the electronics inside. So got the fan. Don't really need the fan, but I've got the template. Just want to show you what I did with that. And then I bought some, I'll move this over here. So I bought some what do you call it, I think it's called jigsaw blades. Oops. Yeah, so I bought some Bosch jigsaw blades here to cut through metal. So the top of the van is very thin, but I bought a whole set, so I'll use that. And then this is butyl tape. So the top of the van is basically like it's corrugated, so it goes up and down. So when this sits, it will sit on the parts which are up. So the parts of the van which are down, I need to fill it with this butyl tape, so it levels off nicely and doesn't move around. And then I will basically jam a ton of Sikaflex everywhere to make sure that it's a proper watertight seal. So yeah, those are the tools, and of course I'm going to need the tool as well, the jigsaw tool, to attach those blades to. So yeah, it's good weather, so I'm hoping I can get this done quick time. Within the next hour will be good. Yeah, I'll just film everything bit by bit, and I will show you the kind of stuff that I do. So yeah, let's get on with that. Alright guys, top windy. So here's the top of the van, and there's a little hole there. So I reckon roughly that this thing is going to go about possibly here. So there's a positioning, solar panels, nice far away. If I can get it on this ridge, that would be bloody amazing, because then I wouldn't need to use any bugle tape. But I just don't know, it's a bit awkward, and I hope I can actually cut through this with the jigsaw blades. But yeah, roughly that's the scene. So yeah, let's go for it. All right, taking off some of the insulation just so that I can mark it up nicely. So I thought, so here's the cooker. If I'm cooking there, then the pan, the heat is going to rise up like that. Over here, it's going to rise up. So obviously I don't want to do it on either side. If I did it in the middle, like somewhere there, then depending on what I'm cooking, I could just move it a bit that way or move it a bit this way. Unless you have front row seats. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hold it, and then I'm going to go top, clean up, clean the surface, and then usually will do cut also. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Alright, good. Okay, so that's the hole right there. So about there. Not the best marker to use. Black on black there. It's a bit of a weird on this one, but that's the area that needs to go. So what I need to do is make multiple holes here, and then use the jigsaw to start cutting. Actually, I should switch over to a bigger one. It's not the perfect hole, but it's alright. What I could probably do is just cut off. Where can I cut? Alright, time to just paint on top here, around the edge here, and I'll do it on the inside as well. It's just the one that I had before, just to protect it from rust. Stingy with this one, so nothing else. That's proper good protection. Okay, so that's that done, so let's go on the inside now. Alright, so there you go. The inside is done. Okay, so a bit of a sit rep. I didn't let the paint dry because the weather's catching up. I fear it's going to start raining soon. So I put this in. It's all nice and flat, as you can see. And the cool thing is most of it is on this flat piece of metal here. So I think one screw here, one screw down there will be more than enough. I don't need to worry about these. I reckon one here and one there, I don't need to worry about that. And what I'll probably do is put a bit of Sikaflex here, definitely underneath, all the way around, and from this side as well underneath. But I don't think I need any butyl tape, which is a good thing. I mean, if it was between this and this, that would be a different matter, but it's right here, so it's perfect. And I think because it's quite a tight fit in itself, it holds it down really good. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drill these holes in and then just get 2 blocks of wood from underneath and just secure this now, because I don't want the weather to catch up and spoil all my efforts. So let me get along with that one, and then I'll show you guys how I get on. Alright guys, sit rep. It was just too messy to record and stop and start, so I just did it off camera. But as you can see, I've completely sealed this up with Sikaflex, tons and tons of it, all around on this side, as you can see, and coming back around. So it looks like, and then I take you guys inside. It's messy, but I'm going to clean everything up nicely. It looks horrible, but there's no daylight anyway at all sealed up nicely. So I'm just going to put the screws in now, fix it down, and then I'm going to work on cleaning it up. Alright guys, so that's the roof vent in, and I'm very happy that actually it's not sticking out as much as I thought it would. So yeah, if you check it, it's only slightly more higher than the solar panel itself. So yeah, looking good. It looks a bit messy, but once the Sikaflex has gone off, I'm going to come with some either with a bit of petrol or white spirit, and just slightly clean it off there, and then that should be good. Yeah, that looks good. So from underneath, it looks a bit messy, but again, white spirit will clean a lot of that off, and then wrap all of this with some of this bubble wrap insulation stuff, so that will cover up all of this. But yeah, for now I'll just put a bowl under here, see how it goes when it rains. Hopefully it doesn't rain today, so it gets the whole good couple of hours to set. And then we'll see. I might put something over the fan on top just to give it even more time, but just yeah, let's see, and I'll keep you guys posted. Okay, so it's about a week and a half later and everything's dried up and everything looks good and everything's waterproof. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna clean all this up, make it look nice and tidy, and then I'm gonna put all of this stuff back in. Okay guys, so everything's cleaned up as best as I could, and it comes off really nice with this white Spirit. So clean inside, cleaned on top of the van as well. I had a bit of marks from the Sikaflex, so I cleaned it as best as I could. Now the plan is to put all this stuff back, get the wiring done, and then give it a test. Okay, cleaned up as much, and the insulation put back in. So now it's time to do the wiring and do the testing. Okay, so here's what I was talking about. So the wire from the fan just comes down and simply just slots in there nicely into this green unit. Tighten it up. So the next part is now feed this wire out of that hole there and then connect it up to the main wiring of the camper van. Okay, so connections made here, and here are the other connections that connect up to the fan, and then finally here's one negative and one here's positive that will go to the fuse box. So let's wire this up and then let's turn it on and see how it goes. Okay, just a few minutes, all the wiring was done. Follow it back through, it goes down here, and that's the positive and that's the negative. So, moment of truth. Just switch it on. If you can hear that, the fan is on. Nice and quiet actually. And just to prove, I'll just turn it off. And you can see here, if I just, it just falls off. Right, just falls off. Turn it on. And there you go, that's the suction power. Now I initially thought that number 2 will actually increase the fan speed, but actually all it does is just puts a light on. So I'll turn that off. And you can see there's the light, pretty powerful. I mean, not powerful, it's actually quite bright. It's quite a bright light. So yeah, let's put that up there. Let's put number 1. Wow, that's a bright light. Yeah, and then I'm just going to turn it off. There you go. So yeah, quite decent suction power, but everything's working fine. So all I'm going to do now is neaten up all the wiring, and then yeah, I think we're literally done now. So the van just needs a cleanup, just a last